The names we give our wild places tell us something about them. This one in southern Africa is known as the Kalahari, land of the great thirst. But this bone-dry land was once a vast system of lakes and rivers, one of Africa's great wetlands. Then, over time, the climate changed and a lush, fertile landscape became a desert of rusty sand. Life clings on here, but barely. Those that call this place home have been forced to adapt or face extinction. Here, in a remote valley, one small group of survivors have dug themselves in. And against all odds, these creatures are here to stay. This is Kolow. He's just 3 weeks old, and his entire life so far has been spent in pitch darkness. This is the moment he sees his family for the first time. The moment he starts to learn how a little creature can stand tall. His mother heads up the whole group, but it is the extended family, his uncles, aunts, brothers, and sisters who will watch over him, teach him, and see him through dangers. The birth of his 5 brothers and sisters has doubled the size of the family. In many litters, there is a pup like Kolow, one who stands apart from the others. One who is bolder, more curious, more independent. His brother is a year older and a full year wiser. He seems to tower over Kolow, but measured up, he's barely 1 foot tall. Kolow must learn that he lives in a land of giants. The martial eagle, meerkat enemy number 1. His eyes scour the ground for unsuspecting prey. With a 7-foot wingspan and razor-sharp talons, there is no eagle in Africa more powerful. This is the hottest and driest corner of the Kalahari. What little rain comes this way is funneled by hills into their valley. But what nature gives with one hand is taken away by the other. The same hills create rising currents of warm air on which the eagle soars. That was a lesson Kolow needed to learn. Stay close. Watch. Danger comes from any quarter. Growing up will be his greatest challenge. Many pups never do. They just don't get the chance. Under careful supervision, Kolow was allowed to play. Even a brush with the neighbors is a chance to learn. But should you keep well away from a ground squirrel? Or take it on? His mother's less playful. She may give birth to over 70 pups in her lifetime. These early months will see a third of them fall victim to predators, to disease, to starvation. If she can just get them through the first critical 6 months, they'll all have a better chance. She needs everyone to toe the line. Everyone. They live in a network of underground tunnels and chambers that plunge 20 feet into the sand. A secure sanctuary from both the roasting heat and the bone-chilling cold of the night. Huddled safe, Kolow is just one small creature who has survived another day under this immense African sky. Today is the first really hot day of summer. By mid-morning, it will be over 100 degrees in the shade. Survival here now depends on just one thing: rain. But until the summer storms come, they will have to compete for an ever-dwindling supply of food. This means Kolow's mother must leave him and the other pups to forage further away. But they are far too young and inexperienced to enter the tall grass. Kolow's brother is left in charge. Six boisterous young pups and just one pair of eyes to watch over them. Like everyone in the Kalahari, desert lions must scrounge for food. They can't afford to overlook any prey, however small. Because Kolow's family is small, his older brother must perform double duty. He's both babysitter and provider. Meerkats mostly eat insects. Almost every bug and grub he roots out is passed on. All Kolow has to do is stay close by. But that's not Kolow. one temptation leads to another. Something as big as this would be a real prize. But without his brother to guide him, Kolow doesn't even know if he can eat it, let alone which end to start. The further Kolow's curiosity takes him from his family, the more vulnerable he becomes. Getting lost can lead to grave consequences. The Kalahari is not the place to be alone. When Kolow cries for help, his brother has no choice. It's a huge risk, but instinct compels him to respond, even though it means leaving all the others unprotected. He just has to go. Kolow's brother has saved his life. And Kolow's recklessness shows that he has a lot to learn if he's to make it. Mother and father come back from the day's hunt. They find the pup safe, but it could have been so very different. Kolow is lucky to be alive. In the Kalahari, each and every sunset is another victory for those who get the chance to glimpse it. Sociable weaver birds flock back to their massive thatched nests. But they are not the great tree's only residents. At this time of year, snakes emerge from hibernation, seeking a summer home between the branches. The parents prepare for their daily toil, searching for food that's increasingly scarce. They're unaware of their deadly new neighbor. This is the Cape cobra, one of the deadliest snakes in Africa. Once again, Kolow's brother has his hands full. Reinforcements arrive. The cobra is 6 foot of coiled muscle. Its bite has enough venom to kill 10 men. This is the mob. Side by side, the family seems more intimidating than they really are. Meerkats only have a fraction of a second to react, so keep your distance. Watch his eyes. Never turn your back. Like its cousin the mongoose, the meerkat will stand up to any snake, no matter how ferocious. Snakes often leave an area once they've encountered such a determined mob. But this one, no. He'll stay close by, watching, waiting. Perhaps a young pup will stray from the litter. A predator on their doorstep is unsettling, but that's nothing new for the family. Snakes and meerkats are ancient enemies. Dealing with them is just one survival skill that Kolow must learn. Like all pups, he needs a good teacher to pass down these ancestral skills. Some youngsters have many teachers. Others fight over a favorite. After all his brother has done for him, there's only one choice for Kolow. His brother starts by teaching him a vital skill: how to find prey. But it's so dry now, there's not much about. Becoming a reliable guard with a keen eye for danger is another important lesson. Eventually, Kolow will have to learn the meerkat's warning calls. But right now, he's too small to spot danger. And too young to keep his mind on the job. Together, the two brothers go as far as the tall grass, but no further. They know that danger lies beyond. It's a place you can only see the largest animals. Others, smaller and more lethal, lurk unseen. All around him are tantalizing glimpses of what lies beyond. But Kolow cannot yet climb, so it'll be many months before he's able to perform lookout duty like this. He needs time. But for this little family, time is running out. Kolow's birth was timed to coincide with the onset of rains and the abundant food they would bring. But this summer, when clouds form, the sun seems to burn the rain away before it even hits the ground. A cruel mirage that leaves the valley parched. The creatures on which the meerkats thrive have long since dug themselves underground. Kolow needs to be taught how to handle dangerous prey. Without this skill, a meerkat can't survive such lean times. His brother teaches him each step of this deadly dance. And crucially, how to disarm his victim. These are the secrets he needs to survive in the Kalahari. His brother has taught him well. Summer temperatures continue to rise, turning the valley floor into an oven. The heat saps the energy of even those most determined to stay alert. And sometimes, you just can't resist the need to sit down. Well, at least sleeping saves energy. dryness, heat, dust. The dead hand of high summer presses down on the land and all its inhabitants. Not a drop of rain for several months. The fate of life in the Kalahari now hangs by a thread. The desert turns to red as the plant life withers away, and the sand reclaims the valley floor. Meerkats carry no fat reserves, and the little family will soon be facing starvation. Perhaps someone has noticed that they are growing weaker. The family has no choice now. They must strike out and search for food in the tall grass. For Kolow, the tall grass is a whispering forest full of unseen dangers. The family may have left, but that flickering tongue tastes the air and tracks their every step. They're now a long way from the closest tunnel or bolt hole. And this is when a small family is most at risk. There aren't enough of them to keep guard all the time. These last few morsels of food make their land very attractive to rival meerkats. Rivals will invade another's territory to get wider hunting grounds. This could mean bloodshed. The family could even lose their home. The war dance works. Intimidated, the invaders back off. They get back to their food. Not Kolow's brother, though. He stands guard again. But he can't see in every direction at once. his brother. The eagle also has to provide food for its own young. One familiar scent, one caring pair of arms, one brave heart, gone. For Kolow, it's a tragedy. Kolow still has to finish his training, but he hasn't much time. It's now high summer. Under the sun, the desert surface reaches 160 degrees. He digs, but there's nothing to dig for. And begging is getting him nowhere. Even Kolow's mother rejects his pleadings. She has to. This is the heartbreaking reality of life in the Kalahari. What Kolow has experienced in his brief 12 weeks is enough to break anyone's spirit. Even the wind has dust in its eyes. This should have been a time of plenty. Instead, it's become a time of starvation. The small family faces extinction. So it's come to this. The strong and the fierce muscle in over the timid and weak. It is they who take the last of everything. Every last drop is fought over. This is one of the worst droughts the Kalahari has seen. It takes only the slightest shift in the climate to destroy the delicate balance of nature. And rivals still patrol their boundary line. But undernourished and outnumbered, Kolow's family has little energy to fight. Beyond the hills are the first flashes of a beautiful, terrifying salvation. But there's no knowing whether the storm will travel this way. Kalahari storms are colossal. This boiling thunderhead has more power than 100 tornadoes. The charge in the air seems to electrify everyone on the ground. Kolow has never seen anything like this before. Great bales, the rain falls over Africa. As the rainwater seeps into the sand, it coaxes life out of the ground. It's Kolow's first encounter with flying ants. Soft as butter, a meerkat feast on wings. The bounty cannot be kept secret for long. Swifts arrive from miles away to join the feast. The birds dip and swoop across the sky, gorging on the bounty in a glorious aerial ballet. Kolow is transformed. With a full stomach, his strength quickly returns and his spirit is revived. His efforts are more focused now. He's also a better judge of where he'll find food, all by himself. But in the Kalahari, where there's food, there's competition. Kolow's too young to fight, but in his enthusiasm, he pushes himself to the front. Father leads the charge. Kolow finds himself surrounded. He has to take the only escape route left to him. And that leads away from home. Mother is injured, but they've held on to their land. They're one down. Kolow. His flight has taken him away to an unknown world beyond the valley. Not even his older brother had been this far. Lost, alone and afraid. His chances look grim. And this time, there's no brother to come to his rescue. Even his basic instincts mislead him. He might think he's safest underground, but out here, that's not always the case. There is nothing sweet about a bad-tempered honey badger. Darkness is falling. Meerkats rarely stay above ground at night. It's too dangerous and too cold. Kolow must rest, but there are no warm bodies to comfort him tonight. At home, under the acacia tree, Mother settles down with what remains of her family. First, they lost his brother, and now Kolow. Smaller, weaker. One by one, her little family is being pushed closer to the edge. It's even worse for Kolow. This is the first night he'll spend alone. A meerkat can't survive for long without his family. For Kolow, the safety of the group is his only hope of salvation. He's going to have to draw on every skill his brother taught him. His only real chance is to find his way home. Finally, Kolow picks up scents that carry a thrilling message. His family was in this place. This is where they fought the invaders. A few weeks ago, he could never have done this, but now he's stronger and agile enough to get the vantage point he needs. There. There's one last obstacle in his way, and it's a big one. There was a time when Kolow might have panicked. Not anymore. The whole pride stands between him and home. They won't be moving on from this kill in a hurry. His family. Just a narrow strip of sand, but it could be as wide as the desert itself. He can't risk detection. Stealth, patience, and timing. You'll need all three to make it. He can be forgiven for acting like a pup again. However, Kolow is no longer a pup. His ordeal has transformed him. And just in time. A new litter is on his way soon from the look of things. All childhoods come to an end. Kolow is now nearly fully grown. It's a hard-won victory for the entire family. Now that another 6 pups have arrived, a whole new challenge begins. The family has a better chance now, but only if the new pups survive those early months. So this will be Kolow's big moment, his chance to do everything he can to help. The rain has poured hope into this corner of the Kalahari. The desert is restored. The hardships of high summer are behind them now. Now Kolow can guard, teach, and protect the pups, just as his brother once did for him. Just why they find the ground squirrel so interesting, he's quite forgotten. It's Kolow who senses trouble first. He needs a better view. The call can't be ignored. Kolow makes a dash for him. But his father gets there first. It's over. Not so long ago, Kolow might have been the weakest link. Now he has become a key member of the family. Someone to trust. It's not easy growing up. It never is for anyone. But here in the Kalahari, in the heat and the dust, it's even harder. And Kolow has grown up. He has learned what it is to be a meerkat. He is now old enough to do his duty for the family, to guard, to protect, and to teach the next generation how to survive.
Thank you for watching. Please like, follow, and share us, and we thank you.